Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Thursday, September 17th, 2020. If you are watching the VODs on YouTube, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video. You can, of course, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Otaku Showboat, support Planodon's mods development at patreon.com/Planodon, and myself at patreon.com/Otaku Showboat if you are willing and able. So, what have I done over the past couple of days slash whatever news to present to you? Not really all that much. I mean, I have at this point beaten Astroneer. In fact, I did that after the stream. That was like the rest of my day on Tuesday was beating beating Astroneer, if you can really call it that, doing the incredibly repetitive task the remaining times, 7 total times. Yeah, that was grindy, grindy. I didn't really particularly enjoy the fact that you had to do the exact same thing 7 times to beat the game. Like, excuse me. And then there's some optional things you could have done that would have provided me easier means of travel that would have been a lot more of the exact same thing over and over and over again. So yeah, that was Astroneer to me, just an incredible waste of time in the end. However, it was pretty mindless, and I did find at least some degree of enjoyment of it. It's something I could just play and not have to think about what I was doing really for the most part. And yeah, I do enjoy that from time to time. Something you just don't have to think about, uh, or at least not put that much effort into trying to think about like efficiency and all that good stuff. So yeah, that was Astroneer for me. That was that done. Uh, I have moved on to other games that I have been playing recently. Over this past day or so. I am continuing with Forager, even though I think that has an even worse problem with repetitive tasks without a clearly defined goal. Again, I'm not that keen on games that don't have some semblance of a clearly defined goal. But yeah, I'm still continuing it because I can turn my brain off basically with Forager. And then also Spiritfarer. I am trying that out. It is on the Xbox Game Pass, which is the basically only reason why I am able to try out all of these things. So I am playing Spiritfarer. I have been enjoying Spiritfarer. It's just its pacing is slow. It's like by design supposed to be a bit more like relax and play this, but you have to be in a decent mindset to, going into it. It is something that I would like to continue to play, but it is one of those longer term investments, shall we say. And there's a whole bunch of other games on the Xbox Game Pass that require a little bit more thought slash a little bit more twitchy reaction control type things that I've been meaning to play, but again, I need to be in the proper mindset. I'm not necessarily in that mindset where I want to play like actiony type of games right now. So we'll see when slash if I get into playing those other things like, Darksiders 3 was a thing that I had wanted to try to play. I had played 1 and 2. I wanted to try 3. That's despite the poor reviews of it, I wanted to try it, but again, that's actiony. There's several things that I think are going to require a little bit more thought and a little bit more reaction actiony things like Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Yeah, that's platforming. That's reaction platforming type thing, Metroidvania style, and like Undermine is roguelite, whatever the heck you want to call it, random generation game that's difficult. And yeah, I've been continuing with that, and still dabbling Crusader Kings 3 on occasion, just barely. I'm still not entirely convinced about liking Crusader Kings 3. Again, I want some semblance of a goal, and it doesn't give you any by design, and I can't get into it. I can't get into that type of a thing. So, Factorio. Hi, sweet. What did I do off screen? Well, this. So between last time and this time, I did go in and I have added a few additional blocks to play with because I needed to expand the base. We were running out of available standard size blocks to work with, and so I've added however many this is. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10. Yay. 10 additional squares to work with. That took a little while to place all of the landfill and get the bots to build all of the rails for me. So that's a thing. What did we do last time, just to refresh the memory of what we did last time? Well, last time I finished setting up optical fiber. That was the big thing that I had done last time, was getting that set up, getting the aramid and Kevlar, and then going into the actual optical fiber chain and setting that up. And then, of course, planned out our progression for the day today to get into eventually Pi Science. Eventually get into Pi Science. We shall see how far we can get in today's stream towards that goal. However, for now, we need Cermet. We need Cermet. Cermet is the final major thing that is required to get into neuroprocessors. I call it major. It's not necessarily truly a major item, but it is several steps of stuff, so I need to take into account the time that it's going to take to set up Cermet, and yeah, we'll see if we can at least get it done in the first half of the day today, the first half of the stream before our break, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that. Okay, it looks like I'm going to need like more than 20 on those tar processing units. I will need 23 tar processing units, so let's go ahead and stick another stack on the request there. I am going to need some clay. Everything else I should have sufficient amounts of, maybe not the automated screeners. So I'll put in a request for the screeners too. Oh, no, I already have screeners. Good. It's just I have so much stuff in the inventory right now that I get lost sometimes among all the icons for all the things as to what I actually already have and what I don't have. I do have jaw crushers. Ionic upgraders I don't have though, so I will request ionic upgraders. And outside of that, I think that's all on the summary here in order to get into the Cermet. Now, where exactly am I going to build this? How much space is this going to take? It's going to take a lot of space, just so that we're all aware of that. This is going to need 4, not 3, of my standard units, making tar my glorious standard tar unit. And I think I'm just going to make this from blueprint. And we're going to go ahead and do it up in this top corner here for now. Why is there extra signal. Huh. There's like an extra signal here that doesn't exist normally. It's in my way. It's in my way for building out my... Oops, I was one tile. Always, always one tile. There we go. There's 4 beautiful, wonderful units of tar. Is that exactly how I want that to be completely honest? Well, for this build, it's just Cermet. This build is from water, meaning that I don't need a big train station central on it, which means I have plenty of extra space to work with here. I don't have to worry about the space requirement. What I do want to do, however, is still place the train station so that I have it here. I will not need all of that, but whatever, we'll have it for now, like that. The bots will not be able to build all of those things. I should somewhere have that. And I can just keep pasting that down and just put a few additional doohickeys to make sure that we are actually all hooked up, ready to go on this. What this does basically is allows my bots to build the entire thing for me. That's all that does. It saves me the effort of going over there to build that all myself. And that's the baseline that we'll have to build around for all of this infrastructure in here. It does need the coke and the salt, but I'm going to have plenty of that stuff anyway. Why 13.4? Oh, it needs the 500 flue gas. Right. It needs 500 flue gas, so this means that I will have plenty of saline water to get that salt for the ceramic. I'll also have plenty of extra tar to deal with because these 4 are going to make 1,000 units of tar per second. And yeah, that's a bit. That's a little bit of tar. It's a little bit more than what I need. I need in the 800 range. I need 879.2, which leaves me with excess to make coke, basically, to make the coke that I need. And it's at this point where I'm going to start getting a little bit confused between the Pie Suite and Crastorio 2, because and I think it'll be more impactful with my Crastorio playthrough for YouTube, getting it confused with Pie Suite, because Pie Suite Coke is very different compared to the Crastorio Coke. Crastorio Coke is coal and wood in a 1-to-1 ratio to make the Coke, and this has got several ways, but we're doing it out of tar for this particular playthrough, so it's like, okay, Coke. Coke has a different fuel value too in Crastorio. I'm never going to be able to remember the different fuel values for Coke between Crastorio and this. Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. All right, we have arrived. We have arrived up at our location. The desired location. Alright, so now that I'm here, what I need to do is I need to get all of the belt here, all this belt stuff, and actually change it to go in the other direction. Yeah, I need to make it go the other way. There you go. Right. Yes, that is what is necessary. I'm gonna bring that over this way, meet up. Trying to, like, not be build most of this, not to build most of this, ideally. The bots, Constructo bots are on their way. Lots of bots are on their way, all the way up here, to help out with my building. Okay, this is byproducts. This is just byproducts. I don't need any of these for this particular build. So we need a means of destroying those byproducts as per usual. What I will do is have a heavy oil refinery if I can ever find it in my list of stuff here. There it is. I can blah. I can blah, yes, absolutely. I can always just blah. That. I do need to hook up all the tar as well. Go down to here, and we're good. There's our tar. Then go over here, do that, and that. Good. This is gonna go down a little bit. Might actually reverse put it the other side, but oh well. You there. You need power. Enjoy some power. And this is the void line. The void line! Void line the first, I should say. Yeah, that, and that. We're gonna be doing a bit of voiding in this. Just a little bit of voiding. A little bit more voiding than just these byproducts, because I need to deal with this 10 iron and a little bit of excess copper. A bit of excess. I only need 9 for this build, and I need to deal with that excess copper. And all of that iron. And the sulfur. So, you know, just a few things to have to deal with here as byproducts to get into the molly, in particular, for the Cermets. So that is a couple things. I guess I could also set up my boilers for steam. I need 2 boilers, wherever those are in this list. Hello, boilers, 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 boilers. There. They can exist anywhere as long as there's power for the doohickeys and as long as they get access to water. And there's the steam. That is all taken care of. As soon as the bots finish building and this starts getting stuff, I'll start having coke being produced out of this, and we should be good. Fantastic and glorious. Next. That's that. That is step 1. Step 2. What do I want as the next thing? Probably the quenching towers, because that's the next major thing that's going to get voiding done. So 7 quenching towers. I've done this many times. I just need to change the recipe from my usual recipe to another. So somewhere, I should have one where I've placed multiple of these. Probably all the way down. Where did I do the thing? Here. Right in here. I'm gonna sneeze. I feel it. I muted myself in time, huzzah! Yay. All that good, beautiful stuff. Right, so 7 is also going to require a bit of water that I will need to consider. Yeah, so that's 1 unit. As I said, I need to change the doohickey. I need to change the recipe to be copper. We can go ahead and have some beautiful power in here for now. Yeah, so this needs to be here because this is the saline. I need all of the tailings to die. I need some, well, I need all of the flue gas, so that's another component. Is I need all of the flue gas out of these 7, and I need some of the saline. Do I have evaporators? Yes, I do. So that will be the salt being made out of that evaporator. Ta-da, we're done with the salt. One of these can make a lot of salt. I think that's my setup now. I can do 4 copies without worry. Yeah, 4 copies. Oh, right, I need to change the doohickeys. One of these needs to be copper. And then the other one needs to be iron. And I cannot immediately... Yeah, I can't immediately get them merged up like that, because I do need the copper separate from the iron. All of the iron, though, does need to disappear for me, shall we say. It needs to go away. Do I have actual... I have the realistic ores mod, yes. Yes, I do have realistic ores installed as one of my mods. That's the one. It changes the colors to be more reflective of how they would actually look on an exposed environment. So let's see, that's all of the iron taken care of. That just goes directly into there. All of the copper, though, yeah, I can do it this way. This way works. It works. Don't have to question it. I will, however, do that and then prioritize right to use what I need to use, and the excess will get voided. Yeah, it goes all the way up to the voiding line. Yay, we did it. We did the thing. Just add tar. And voiding, of course, of all of the tailings. And that's only 4. I need 3 more. 3 more of these beautiful things. Grab that one for me. 1, 2, 3. I hear kitten. I hear Ollie. Ollie Ollie is doing his scritching. He's a scritching. That. Yeah. I don't need any of these underground belts, so I'll just get rid of them. Hello. Welcome, Ollie. Hi. How's my boy? How's my boy? Squirmy. My boy is squirmy. Here, you can be free. What the boy wants to do, he can go do. He wants to paw at the robots. That's what he wants to do. He wants to paw at the robots. Hi. You're there. There you go. Hello. Welcome, Ollie. What are you up to? Please don't. Please don't jump on the doohickey. That would be not such a good idea. We've got the first of the kittens. I don't think they've had anything to eat yet, which could be, could be a good thing, actually, because that means they don't have a whole bunch of energy right now to, play around. However, Ollie... Oh god, Ollie this morning. Where did he go? He jumped down? I think so. I think he went down. Oh, so Ollie this morning. So the kittens found a prey item, something alive, to play with. And, yeah, Ollie brought me it as a gift while it was still alive. It was not a mouse. It was one of the most unpleasant things to have dropped on your lap right first thing in the morning. An insect. A not so nice insect to have dropped on your lap in the beginning of the day. Yes, that's the one. A small one. He caught it. He carried it in his mouth, and he brought it to me and dropped it in my lap. While it was still moving. Yeah. Yeah. Not as bad as finding one that was crawling up my pants leg that one time, but still. Not pleasant. Not pleasant. Because yes, I've had a roach, full-sized American cockroach, crawl up the inside of a pant leg, a pair of sweatpants, and yeah, that was just not pleasant. That was not pleasant at all. This was also not pleasant, but yeah. At least it wasn't directly touching my skin. All right. There's those. There's those if I actually provided them with sufficient, not zero amounts of tar. All right, we're moving. We're going to stop moving as soon as I back up on various things, including the tailings. So we have 1,667 tailings out of this. That's a few. That's a few. It's going to need 5 on this side to void. Because at the moment, each of these can only void 200 units per second. And then similar deal on the other side. It doesn't exactly need 5 to do 3, but sure, we'll have the 5 anyway. Keep it the same for both of these. Won't worry about this not moving from the flue gas for the moment. Ideally, if everything was working correctly, and all set up, I won't have to worry about the flue gas being too much. Isn't there something useful to make from all the tailings? Technically, but I don't have a need for it in this particular build. And I don't feel like throwing overflow onto anything. I don't design around the concept of using byproducts. I don't want to depend upon processes moving uh and depend on byproducts existing, because that's a complete and utter recipe for disaster. It very much complicates the math of everything. It complicates everything on you, and you never exactly know exactly how much production you have of any particular byproduct across an entire base if you're trying to build in that way and use all of the byproducts. Yes, it's a thing I could do. No, I don't want to do it. It's as simple as that in the end. Alright, what will be the next step here? The next step that I want to do will probably be the lubricant. So, oh yes, I need desulfurizators. Have I... I'm pretty sure I actually have those. I have 5 of them. I need 5 more. Because for some reason, desulfurizators, like the gasifiers, only have a stack size of 5. You can sort of see how that's very inconsistent compared to every other building. Like, every other building here has a stack size of 10. Desulfurizators 5, gasifiers 5. Why? Just, there is no valid reason. There is no logical reason behind 5 versus 10 when everything else is 10. Just like there's no logical reason why I think it's powerhouses have a stack size of 15. 1.6k of steel chests in a stack. Why? Merging chests mod. It for some reason it increases the stack size of steel chests to 1.6k. I have no idea why. It just does that. But yeah, the merging chests mod. I have it here. Merge. B1 13x2 warehouse thingy. It's now 1 chest. And then if I use the merge tool on it again, it'll split them. Or if I hold shift, it'll destroy all them. Put it back to what it was. I had the merging chest mod installed because I was still technically using Factorio, and being able to put 2 steel chests and merge them into 1 chest helps with Factorio and how it's designed on those input ports. Because basically what that allows you to do is have a right angle loader to load or unload into a chest that's either outputting or inputting into a Factorio factory. That's the only reason I have that mod installed, is so I could make use of that and just improve my space efficiency just that much minorly more. Because the other standard way of doing it is if you have a chest at that input output port, you're forced into having a loader out and then turning. It's like, but what if I only have this space, right? What if I don't have this available to me? Well, then you're screwed, right? If this is not available, does it work on non-vanilla chests? I don't think so, not by default. You can define which vanilla chest, but I mean, theoretically, you should be able to manually go in and tell it to work with any 1 by 1 chest. Uh, I don't think it'll work with anything that's not a 1x1 to merge. Just, yeah. Uh, it shouldn't work with anything that's not 1x1. I do need to overflow valve the saline as well. That's the other thing I need to make sure that I did. Is, yeah, it needs its own set of 5. It needs 5 of its own. This should be... Yeah, 875. It does need 5. Okay. Next is the tar processing units. Get that pin back. To make the creosote into aromatics into lubricant. I have this somewhere. Or I have it down all the way at the sulfuric acid here. You are 22. I need that-ish. 18 and 6. I'm pretty sure this is 8, but whatever. Just grab it. Grab it, place it that way, I suppose. Like that, and delete 2. Well, isn't that easy? I don't need any of that stuff. Just add tar. And power. Yep, 6. And then it's the 10 to sulfurizators. So that's very quickly that plus that. Give power. Desulfurizators. Will be making me some of that beautiful stuff. It will take aromatics in. I am so very sad that didn't just align for me. It's like, oh, please just align. I would love it if you would just align for me properly. But no, of course not. What is the block I'm working on now going to make? Cermet! It will make Cermet. That's this block. Cermet is the final product here. Made exclusively from water. Yes, Cermet from water. Just copy that and paste it down. Oh. How unfortunate. Oh well. Just put back the doohickeys, I guess. Yeah, this will be fine. It can just be a long pipe, yes, but entity count. I'm going to at least make the attempt to plan around the concept of entity counts being reduced at some point, because you know I'm already at 50 frames right now. I'm at 50. I'm less than times 1 speed. Oh, and I guess I should actually move that over and do stacking. go. Stack the things. Oh, right. Power. Power the everything. Okay. Apparently a thingy couldn't get placed because it was literally one tile off. Yeah, this couldn't get placed, this Roboport, because it was just one tile. Just one tile beyond the range, and the placement of this did not cover the doohickey, which is a shame. Get out. Place there. Little bit of redundancy is always best with all this. I only have these Roboports here just to help build this monstrosity of tar. Like if you look at my base, right? Tar, 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 tar. All of that's tar. Tar, 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 tar. Not tar. Tar there and there, but this is classified rich dust for the titanium. It's a lot of tar. It's a lot of tar. A lot of tar used ubiquitously throughout the entirety of this base. More tar. Tar is used for the quenching, yes. In PyBlock, you need tar to quench for your ores. Many of the ores. So that, and it's from stone, and stone is from soil, which is from water. So it's water into 2 soil extractors to feed 1 washer making stone, and then it's 10 of those units to feed a single destructive distillation column that will make 250 tar per second. So 1, 10, 20 per 250 tar. And that feeds the aromatics, and that's feeding the lubricant. Okay, next. 7 filters. Making ash from flue gas. Why is it always the opposite side of the way I want it to be? Theoretically, these 7 filters making flue gas, or making ash from flue gas, will use up all of the byproduct flue gas out of all the quenching towers, but we shall see about that. That may not technically happen exactly the way I want it. So what I'll do for now, for everything to operate, is void the excess ash, or flue gas, I should say. Give power to the things, do that thing, so I can just paste down the line. And there's our 10-ish ash per second. So there's that done, that done. Next is the clay for clay pits. If I can find them, where are my clay pits? Clay pits! There. So the great thing about clay pits is that they share the steam. They do share the Steam, even though the actual icons on the fluid ports don't indicate that they're shared. They are shared. It's I think the same exact issue that the destructive distillation columns had. However, this I think is far more intentional than the DDCs. So if I see, you can see it has the Steam in all of these. Whoops. There we go. And that is the clay. So clay, ash, and salt, and copper. The next thing to do is to process the copper and basically just convert it into molybdenum. That would be next. And I've got nice amounts of space to work with for that going forward. Oh boy. Alright. Cool. Or do I want to start with the ceramic, because that's also going to need the coke brought all the way down to meet with the clay and salt. Oh boy, bringing another belt down. Well, let's go ahead and do exactly that. Fortunately, I do have enough space to work with. To bring down that thing of coke. High pressure furnaces. 1, 2, 3. You there. You are making me some glorious stuffs. Ceramic. Through the salt recipe. Oh, you ended up with a little contamination there. Little bit, not much. Okay. I can combine two of these. I only need the clay for this, and I only need the coke for this, and I only need the salt for this. So really, it doesn't matter too particularly much. I would always rather have the shared belt closer. Doesn't matter too particularly much how I have this oriented. There we go. Oh, right. Shift L, Shift L, Shift L, and power, power, power. Connect to the power line, and we are good to go. Convenient power lines. This is 3 per second, so it doesn't matter. Next is time, finally, for the production of the molybdenum. I'm not worried about the production of the nickel yet, because that's really small. The nickel is not a huge build. I can work with it afterwards, but for now, I need the 4 screeners. Oh, hey, I have a whole bunch of these guys. Go. Be free. Be free, my minions! Screeners. Here. I need 4. Is that decent enough spacing? Yes. 4 screeners doing that. Converting the doohickeys. 10 copper per second. The copper needs to be converted into standard copper. Each one of these needs to process 2.5. So I think what I'll do is just use loaders. That should work. Now, this is going to produce grade 1 and grade 2. And I will offload all of that with loaders. Not much of each, but still existent amounts. I will need to filter the jaw crusher, or filter the grade 1, because it's the grade 1 that I actually need here. Filter to, yeah, there, to the right. And what I'll do with all of the rest of the stuff is it's gonna get stacked, and it's gonna get voided. That's right, I am going to void this grade 2 copper completely, because I don't need it. I don't need it. What I need is the molybdenum. That's going to be coming out of this step. Can't dodge that. Just feed the thing. Output the stuffs. Filter the grade 2 out, and that's Molly. That's Molly. Hey, there's my Molly ore. Next is nickel, and that's gonna require 1 electrolyzer, 1 whole electrolyzer, and 2 whole ionic upgraders. So I can do this in here. This is fine. This works. Do that. Do that. Do that. Venting the excess. Get some power down. And then ionic upgraders. Need to upgrade. Where are they? Hello? They have a very distinct icon. Where are they? I am requesting them. I know I'm requesting them. Hello? Up there. There you are, you little boogers. Okay, nickel. Nickel out of the tar and the hydrogen. Give power to the things and connect to the hydrogen line. The hydrogen line to the tar. Yes, that's the stuff. There we go. That works out. At least that should work out. Anyway. Okay. That should be the nickel flowing. And because the throughputs are so low, what I'll be able to do is just merge it with the output of moly. Ta-da! Oh, I need to hook that up. There you go. There you go. And there you go. Okay. The ash is going to be used for the last step. The next step is to get into crude Cermet. We've done everything except for the crude Cermet. I'm surprised that we are already at this point. This was very quick to get here. So ball mills. I should have ball mills. This is going to convert these three items. These three things here. I'm going to have you here. Make me the crudest of crude Cermet. That's going to continue on that way. This is going to go up to here. Output's going to be there. This is going to feed in, feed out. L, give me those fangs. And give me some power. And that is crude Cermet. That just leaves the 8 high-pressure furnaces. Making Cermet. And the logistics on the stuffs, on the lubricant as well. Just keeping that in mind. Do I want it at this on this side though? No, I want it on the other side. Why do I want it on the other side? Because I'm going to bring the crude Cermet to the top. This will help a lot with placement of power poles and such. So this will go this way. I'll have this line as the crude Cermet. Do note that I do need 2 belts here. I do need these 2 belts. In fact, what I would prefer actually... What I would actually prefer here is if the ash was on the bottom and the crude Cermet was on the top. That would be far more ideal in terms of overall throughput because I need 1.25 ash per doohickey. There's that, and output like so. That will help with the power pole placement. I am almost out of power poles. Wow. Okay, all that's left is the lubricant in. And that stuff is all the way up here. I can work with this. I can put you there, down, all the way to there. Hum. There we go. And now we have Cermet. Huzzah! Celebration! We have non-zero Cermet. And we're only an hour into the stream instead of an hour and a half into the stream, which is what I had wanted, like, as the goal here. Alright. Now to actually load the stuffs. There we go. Delete that for me. Since, you know, I only need one output here. I don't even need two of these, but sure, why not? Supply Cermet 1. There you go. I have successfully used every single medium power pole that I currently possess. Cermet have a relatively small sack size, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna keep it that much. Let's grab a couple, yeah, 200. A whole 200 Cermet. Where are you coming from? Right there. So, this build is 5 per second. Okay. 200 times 6, divided by 5, divided by 60 is 4 minutes. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Exactly 4 minutes of output per train. That is fine. That works for me. Supply and depot. Full cargo, circuit condition. You're good to go. Like you're great. You can exist just the way you are. Just need to add Cermet from iTech. Right there. And right there. And de-Cermet. There we go. So the great thing about this build, this build is from water. What does that mean? What does that effectively mean for this Cermet build? It means that I can make as many Cermet as I want by copying and pasting this build into other squares. If I give it complete coverage of the stuffs here, complete builder coverage, which I think just doing that, adding that one additional RoboPort, gives it complete builder coverage. I can copy this and paste it anywhere in any of my additional squares and get an extra 5 Cermet per second. Oops. Would help if I had all of the belt placed to get the actual 5. So there you go, 5 Cermet per second. On demand. Anywhere, this build. It's, relatively space efficient. Could be made more efficient. Everything can be made more efficient, always, but still. This is how I've done it, in this particular build. Huzzah. Next, from here, it is time to start working on the neuroprocessors. It is that time. We have arrived on the build for the neuroprocessors plus Pi science packs, because we're going to be doing both at the same time. That is what I have decided. I'm just going to go up and get my vehicle. We're going to go meet up with our delivery bots, which should be... Oh, I apparently stepped out of my zone, logistic zone, for a little bit, so we're going to head down. I am going to need, apparently, more lines to request things. I am going to need some data arrays. And research centers. Am I possessing anything in excess that I don't need? Yes, a few little doohickeys. I don't need that many tar processing units anymore. So turning that off and on again just resets how many things they're bringing me. The same as stepping outside of the logistic zone. Okay. This build is going to need what? Why do I need ceramic? For that, yes, the air core inductors, resistors, capacitors, those things need the ceramic. So I will need to go and do something a bit similar for this build as the other build. Similar, but not quite the same. I will want to copy that guy. We're going to build right below. I don't need that many things. Do I need clay? Yes, I do need the clay. I do need the steam for the clay. Did I break down clay? No, I did not. Tell me how much steam. Only, yeah, so that's fine. That works out. That checks out just fine. Yep, that works. Need to do some stuff with pipes, but otherwise, I think it's just one quenching tower. Yes, it is just one quenching tower to make the saline that I need. Yeah, just one for the saline that I need for my stuffs. Ah, I need to copy this shenaniganry. I can adjust that. It's just that now. Heck, I don't even need any of that. I can just go. Oops, right up and in. Yep, that voiding line right there. Get rid of a whole bunch of superfluous stuffs. I don't need any of that superfluous stuff. Yeah, we're good. We are good. That covers a lot of things. Do I have fluid seps? I should. Yes. Do I have everything else that I need? I think so. I have my nanomaterial factories. I got a bit closer, right? Where am I? Ah, here. So, yes, and there's the bots going up to build the stuff for that. Yay! They're building. They're building for me. There's my logistic requests getting filled. I've just got some coke that they're bringing me. That's fine. They can come trickle in. And the transport belts. Oh, I don't need those. Why do I even carry small power poles? I shouldn't carry small power poles. Here, I'm gonna go outside of my logistic zone for a little bit as I head on up. This is gonna require a big train station. That's the other thing about this build. So from here, I am going to build the train station next. Always, always get that train station placed early. Speaking of rails, by the way, I have gotten this foundation rails off of Reddit. This is a unique build, a very, very unique set of tracks that is using the new grid and absolute reference point setup. Oh, I probably put the wrong thing, didn't I? Yeah, I ended up putting unloaders rather than loaders on here, so oops. Those need to be loaders. Thank you for pointing out that issue. That's a little bit of an issue. It needs to be these. Oh, and it deleted the cargo wagons too. Right. There you go. Fixed. Good. Do the thing. Wait, are you not? Oh, automatic. There you go. There you go. Really? Broke thing. Okay, train station. I should have a note that I made about the train station. Yeah, this is gonna be big. This is gonna be big. This particular train station. I'm gonna play around with this foundational rails. I think in my Factorio playthrough is the point that I want to make about this. So this is a very interesting design. It has all this like crazy wavy stuff on it, but the way that it's built is uh, basically you can just do anything with this. Like this, you see how it matches the intersections. So you can easily upgrade this to other things, and it just yeah, it's completely modular. This thing. Also pretty high throughput if you use this to make a four-way intersection. It's also really big, this thing, for high throughput stuff. The only thing it doesn't have that I wish it had was, you know, offload, like actual exit and entry ramps. But oh well, I'll make my own. That's the one weakness of that. It doesn't have ramps. There's no ramps. I'm sad. It doesn't have ramps. Okay. From here. Lots of things. Lots of things from here. So what are the solids? What are the fluids? I need molten glass out of this. I need 2 outputs. Plastic, good alien samples, poor alien samples, glassware, molten glass, optical fiber, Nexalit brains, biosamples, tin, PCB2s, nickel plates, wood, borax, seaweed, and cermet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Just casually 18. 18 items. Oh boy. Oh. Oh boy. Oh yeah, so waiting stations. There's designs for waiting stations that I was like, huh, why am I not doing that? You can make rails like be very very close to each other on diagonals. So if you just have a waiting station, right? You don't really need much space to fit the signals in, right? So you can actually have a lot more compact builds by having your trains in a waiting station that's built along a diagonal. Rather than, you know, this, which isn't even as compact as it could be. Because here you see the closest they could possibly be is this, right? Is this distance because I can't put a rail there. But if they're built on a diagonal, well, that's another story. You can have them pretty close together. I mean, technically speaking, the diagonals they work like that, but yeah, it's far more compact. Far more compact for just a waiting station. It's too bad you can't put train stations, actual train stations, on the diagonal, but oh well. This is actually pretty decent as an input station, so we're gonna swap all that. Place. Copy. Paste that down. Get the wires all hooked up. And then copy the gigantinormous thing from here, I guess. Not all of it, though. Oh, right. One more thing. Always have to remember to move that one more tile. I have no idea what the belt is really going to do here, but hey, delete. Delete things. So I'll just kill all of the belt. Set all of the belt. That's an input. Do I really want that there? I guess I can live with it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh god. We need so much more. So much more. And then we have to fit all the things inside of the space. On top of this is going to be a challenge. A little bit of a challenge. To get 18 items. With 2 out of those 18. So you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to transition this to be that. And we're going to not worry about anything else. I'm going to copy this. So 18, 16, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whoops. Well, there we go. There's our train station. Oh boy. There it is. Isn't it glorious? Glorious, magnificent, and beautiful. Yeah, so about that. There we go. Then I want these guys. Strategic placement. I don't need them to build the whole thing for me. I just want them to build the train station in particular. For my Constructobots. So, just want to double check here, make sure we've got 18 stations, and we do. Excellent. That's nice. Now to have these things get built for me. And yes, that's 18 stations on top of what I still need to build for this build. It's nuts, this build. But hey, I've got a plan. Let's get to it. So in these 6-ish minutes before the regularly scheduled break, let us build what I can out of this. So you are full of steam. Good. I'm going to make the best use as I can of my space this time around. So I am going to place these 3 clays. And there's my clay. That's done. You are primarily going to be focused around getting me some beautiful saline water. That is your goal in life, is saline. And I need an evaporator. An evaporator to give me saline. Or salt from saline. There's that. Coke is also there, so this is a great spot to do the ceramic itself. I need 2 high pressure furnaces. Expect that. Yeah, expect that alert a few more times. Several times, in fact. It's just 2. Just 2 on that ceramic recipe. Excellent. So what I'm gonna have here... Oh, boy. This is gonna be a little bit screwy, but I think if I do that, and then move this down a tile, here's what I can do. Give power. Ta-da! Ceramic. That's one thing done with the salt. Yay. Oh god. This is so much stuff. Oh, so much stuff to have to think about with that. Oh, I need hi. I need more. I need even more. Interesting. Does this have matrix solver on by chance? Yes, it does. So that is the total that I need. What else is using my Steam? Steam? Oh, I need 100 units for the Agar. Right. Right. Okay. Well, that makes it just that much more interesting, shall we say. That's dumb, but you know what? It works. It works. It gives me more steam, and that's fine. I've done that. I need 2 of the gigantic of these doohickeys. I do hope I aligned that correctly. I did. That makes me happy. Might want it to go the other way, but that works as is. There's that for the biomass for the 1 high pressure furnace. Sure, why not? You can live there. Oops. This recipe. Give some rotation on that. Feed that, and that is my alarm to signify that it is the halfway point for today's stream. Yep, with that, folks, it is time to take a brief break, and it is time to end off the episode for the VOD with that. Thank you all for watching. If you are watching the VODs on YouTube, I will see you all on the next one. For those of you, few of you, who are watching live, I will see you all in a few minutes, and where we will continue and finish off working on neuroprocessors. I will be back shortly.